Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the season 6 premiere of BEMP on the Spot. I know y'all been waiting on it. I've been waiting on it. It's been a long road to get here, but once again, we're kicking off this season with a bang. Last season, you remember we had Zealous kick it off. We had Brian Jennings come on. We had Peasy come on last season. And you're probably wondering how Taz can you possibly top season 5's excellent lineup? And I understand your reservations, but I promise you, this season we have something special in store. It's going to be amazing. I hope you're excited because I'm just as excited as you. Once again, I'm always reminding you, like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell so that you're notified whenever we go live. Of course, as always, we're also reminding you that our Harlem Nights event is coming up in October, so make sure that you go to mybemp.com to pre-register for that event. Now, without any further ado, you've waited long enough. We have Lion and King, Elder Ahraya and Rakah Malak, Lion and King of the Gathering of Christ Church, coming on tonight. Our special guest. I've been waiting for it for a long time. I know they're excited. I'm excited. I don't want to keep you waiting no longer. So without any further ado, brothers and sisters, let's get it.
Wrap it up, stack it up, rack it up, hard. Wrap it up, stack it up, rack it up, hard. Wrap it up, stack it up, rack it up, hard. Wrap it up, stack it up, rack it up, hard. Time is short, and I ain't promised to more. Everything that I get, thanking the Lord.
Let the haters in, we don't even mind, cause they might loosen up and start to have a good time. Focus, walk in my shoes and put your toes in, but don't take a step if you don't know just where you're going. Pay respect unto the high and the low, man. Sometimes the sun up in the sky and rain and cold wind. Put your all in, don't fall in. Take a pause, drop a jaw in. Everything is watching, so you gotta keep it right. Every step is like a lesson that you're teaching here tonight. I walk it high, talking, man, I'm different from the best. While everybody's losing, I'll be building architects. Stressed and royal blue gold. How can you make moves if your feet too cold? Flying all black like we two crows. Rhyme big body taking over 2 rows. We rolling motion.
We up. What's good, y'all? Hey, everybody in the comments, make sure y'all show Lion and King some love. Give them a warm welcome to BEMP on the Spot, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Oh, we doing good. All praises
Staying
to
blessed. Staying blessed. You know what I'm talking about?
All praise to the Most High. I'm definitely excited to have you all here. Thank you for accepting our invitation to come on to BEMP on the Spot. We're so excited to have y'all. We talked a little bit before we got started. Y'all know the devil is busy, but it ain't gonna stop nothing. The energy's still right. We still feeling good. Still ready to go. So without any further ado, let's jump into this interview. We know that you brothers are ranked Elder Ahraya, Deacon Rakah Malak of the Gathering of Christ Church. We know what that is. Everybody here knows what that is. We knowing that we are the children of Israel, descended from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, directly descended by blood and by religion. But everything comes to a point. I came into the truth at one point. You both came into the truth at one point. Tell us about that journey and how Lion and King came into play later on.
King. King, go ahead.
I'll tell you what. My personal experience on how Lion and King came about and the journey before. Long story short, I'm gonna try to make it short as possible. I was living in a world as y'all were, and I was living a life of being a sorcerer. You know what I'm saying? Selling potions to my people or to the people. And at this time, Elder Ahraya, he was already, transitioning from that life into the truth. Me, I was trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to go to the next level.
Wait, let them know what a sorcerer is in case some new people don't know.
Well, a sorcerer is like basically selling potions, you know what I'm saying? Like marijuana. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing. I was selling marijuana and going to the next step of, selling, the the white stuff or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But basically, I was stepping to that next level. I was already in it for for a little short period of time, and it came to a time I was like a week before going into doing something very crazy. Like basically about to take some people's lives to you know gain more, if you would say. And I had a phone call with my brother. You know what I'm saying? And he called. We spoke right on the time. And like I said, we was a week before I was about to go into doing that thing or whatnot. And he was like, "Man, listen, let me tell you something." He said Abraham had a brother, and they both walked through the fire, and his brother didn't survive. Abraham survived because Abraham had faith, and he was walking with the Most High. But his brother was halfway in, halfway out. You know what I'm saying? And when he told me that, it kind of like pricked my spirit a little bit, because I'm like, me as a young man, I was very considerate. I'm always considering and weighing everything in a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like before I make a move. So I thought on it, and I was like, man, I need this money though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm reading this Bible, and I'm mind you, before I came into the truth, we was always reading the Bible from a very young age. Even when me and my brother used to fight when we was younger, my grandfather, he would always have us either kneeling on rice, you know what I'm saying, like a bag of rice, with phone books in our hands, you know what I'm saying, for our punishment, for fighting against each other.
Yeah.
Or he would have us reading the Bible, singing to each other, and like I said, I was always in them scriptures, man. But at this time, I was like halfway in, halfway out, and I was like, you know what, I need the bag, that big bag, because this is a very big opportunity for me.
Mhm.
Because I always wanted to, do it, and then at the same time, transition, because just that really wasn't my life like that. I just
Mhm.
wanted to make money and get out of it,
Mhm.
make a certain amount of money and get out of it. But lo and behold, thought upon it, and I was like, you know what, brother, you're right. You know what I'm saying? And he started showing me some scriptures. He sent me Edward Carr's videos or whatnot on YouTube. And around this time it was like very early '09.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And lo and behold, man, like, after a few months, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm with this, man. You know what I'm saying? And what he's saying is true. So slowly, I pulled up out of it. And went to go live with my brother in the next city, San Antonio, where we was prepping to leave the country, you know what I'm saying, to go to Egypt.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And lo and behold, praise the Most High, we ended up taking that trip. And from there, lived in Egypt, thinking that we gonna be, operating amongst, woods and trees and desert and all that stuff. Lo and behold, you got hotels. Even though I wouldn't eat Mickey D's like that, you had McDonald's, restaurants, carport, all that type of stuff going on.
You said,
So
what
we
they
like,
doing
hold
with
on.
the KFC out here in the dirt?
You know what I'm saying? But it was crazy, man, because living out there, it brought a whole lot of humility. You know what I'm saying? You learned a lot, you know, looking at different cultures, how they move, understanding our culture, you know what I'm saying, knowing how we supposed to operate or whatnot, living amongst them.
Mhm.
Learn how to, you know, be wise and not, move like, hey, yo, y'all know we Hebrew Israelites and blah blah blah. Now we weren't moving like that. We was real quiet and real calm with things. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But long story short, out there in Egypt, we started operating. But mind, let me back up a little bit. We got baptized in '09 in August,
Mhm.
and alongside with Elder Ramar, praise the Most High for that good brother.
Yeah.
And we got baptized. Uh, Elder Ricard changed my name from Merlin, which was a sorcerer, to Ricard Malak. That's how my name was changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I didn't know it was Merlin. That
It
that,
was
that, that
Merlin.
connected some dots for me.
It was Merlin.
Some
And
dots connected.
The Levite and the Merlin. I was like,
Exactly.
what a coincidence.
But you know what though? Coming from Louisiana, because that's where we was actually born from. We was born in Louisiana, raised in Texas. You know what I'm saying? In Louisiana, through a lesson that Eric Ricard, taught many years ago, you know what I'm saying, like around 2012ish. He was teaching that many Levites was also in Louisiana, the Creole and all that voodoo stuff going on, that happened out there. So I was like, you know what, that's pretty much me right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I clave to Levi from there. But going forward a little bit, again, we was in Egypt operating. We went through the Arab Springs, you know what I'm saying, where it was all chaos in Egypt, you know what I'm saying, with tanks and people trying to be police citizens type vibe, you know what I'm saying. We experienced all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, during the Gaddafi situation. And right after that kind of, settled down, I was like, you know what, man, I want to make some donuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, you know what? Because I promised myself, leaving the country, I say, listen, I'm not working for nobody again. I'm not ever gonna work for nobody again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be like straight entrepreneurship, regardless if I'm, making a little amount of money and I'm still taking care of myself. I'm not making no big time money because I'm in a foreign country. But I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do some, donuts. So my brother was there, like, I was making some donuts. They flopped and flopped and flopped. Till one day, I woke him up in the, early in the morning. I was like, bro, taste this. He was like, what the hell, like. Come on, bro. I'm asleep. I was like, nah, taste these donuts though, bro. He was like, yeah, that's the ones. That's the ones right there. Man, I started selling donuts to schools, bakeries. And one day I went to this school and this lady, she was like, would you like to teach English? And I was like, well, I don't got no, paperwork or no stuff for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really a teacher like that. She was like, but you speak good English. I was like, all right, cool. You get my paperwork together and we can make it happen. I'm teaching kindergarten, you know what I'm saying, for like almost a year, you know what I'm saying? 21 students, have my own classroom. But I'm about to break it down how we got to Lion and King, Lo and behold, months go by, get sick. I moved into this big apartment and inside of this air conditioning system, it was mold inside of it. Got real sick. I was like bones, you know what I'm saying? And Ed Ricard, he was like, already dealing in Europe. He was already in Europe. He was like, yo, Ak, he said, why don't you come out here, get healthy, you know what I'm saying, and come back. I was like, all right, cool. So, I ended up leaving Egypt for my brother, you know what I'm saying, and, shipping down to, Europe. But right before I left, man, these people was telling me that in the hospital, they was telling me that like, yo, because I was rushed to the hospital 2 days in a row. And they was like, nothing is wrong with you. It's all in your mind. I was like, nah, I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they prescribed me with 4 different type of pills the first day. Then the next day I was rushed back to the hospital. They prescribed me with 4 different type of other pills. And lo and behold, that didn't do me no justice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it threw me off, threw my whole body off. Didn't sleep for literally 1 month. Didn't get no sleep. I was on the couch for 1 month. Didn't shut no eyes. So my brother,
I know what that's like.
Yeah,
I know what that's like.
One day, my brother, I was in the next city baptizing brothers with Deacon Yahweh, Elder Lawyer's little brother. He's baptizing some brothers out there who came in, who was shipping into Egypt and whatnot. And around that time, like I said, I was out of there. My brother was like, you know what, bro, you need to come back over here. You know what I'm saying? And came back over there. He went go play ball one night, came back in, and I was going through, I was like, yo, bro, I need to go to the hospital. My left arm getting cold and my body is numb and all this stuff. He's like, nah. You know what? We throwing them pills out the window. And I was like, I need them pills though. He's like, nah, go get that olive oil. You know what I'm saying? So he went go get the olive oil, prayed over me. Man, his little daughter, 2 years old. When that moment happened, it was one of my brother's little brother there. You know what I'm saying? Brother Raphael, his little brother, was inside the house at that moment. He was like, when my brother started praying over me, he hit the ground. And next thing you know, this little 2-year-old, my little niece, she started, praising Ahraya, like praise Ahraya with her hands in the air and all that stuff. Bro, lo and behold, I didn't feel anything anymore. That's how I knew at that very moment that the name of the Most High was really real. You know what I'm saying? It was really real. So like from that moment, that was my strength going forward. So
Mhm.
lo and behold, Eric Carr, he was like, "Yo, come out here." Went out there, got healthy. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Yo, let's do some music." So we did some music, dropped a few tracks for the church and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And then lo and behold, Ed Ricard had to dip back to America. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it was me by myself there left. A couple of months later, no, a few years later, excuse me, Ahraya comes out there. You know what I'm saying? And right before he came out there, he was like, I was like, yo, so what we gonna call ourselves? You know what I'm saying? As far as, rap names, because we're gonna be doing this music thing, what we gonna call ourselves? He was like, listen, let's call ourselves what Ed Ricard gave us through baptism. Ahraya Gabar and Ricard Malak. So let's take Ahraya and Malak and call it Lion and King. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what?
Mhm.
That makes sense because Christ is the Lion and King. Period.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's from the music, all the way to our standpoint, how we operate amongst other Gentiles, other nations, and amongst our people. We are representatives of Christ. It's not no thing to what we talking about. Yeah, I'm king, and that's
Mhm.
Lion over there. We both Lion and King. That's just
Mhm.
his name. That's my name. Through baptism, through the Spirit of the Most High.
Mhm.
So like, all in all, that's how we going for it. We was our own team. We built our team like this. Like, that's the elder. That's my big brother. At the same time. So when it was a situation, it wasn't no fights no more. You know what I'm saying? It was a thing to where I'm like, listen, we get into arguments. I'm like, you know what? Let me hold my tongue because that's my big
That's
brother.
big bro.
Let me put the big brother to the side first, though. That's big brother in the physical, but in the spiritual, that's my elder.
Mhm.
So I couldn't, argue with my brother because he's set in that position. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
like, when we came with disagreements, we was like, you know what? Let's agree to something. So where we can both, handle things in a certain kind of way. So when we did our music, man, we our own team, man. Like we do the mixing and mastering, we do everything, and before anything is put out, he'll send this track to me, be like, yo, little bro, what you think about this?
Mhm.
I'm like, it need this, or oh, that sound perfect. Or I'm like, yo, bro, what you think about this verse? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He like, nah, that sound whack. Because lo and behold, look, lo and behold, my very first verse that I ever written, I was listen, 2009, mind you. I wasn't a rapper at all until one day he came to me. He was like, man, I want you to write this verse. You know what I'm saying? For this particular track. If it sound whack, then we're gonna ball that thing up and we're gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to the hospital real quick because he had to check up on his little, baby, his first little daughter, whatnot, his baby
Mhm.
girl. He said, when I come back, I want to hear that verse. If it's whack, then we're gonna move it along. I was like, all right, cool. He heard the verse. I rapped it to him. He was like, yeah, we heading to the studio. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know what was going on at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so, after that first track was done, the song was called Shush. Shush, right? Hush.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was called Hush, Little Baby, something like that. Hush.
Yeah. And, when we did that track, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he said, yo, you're going to do a faster track now. We did a faster track. And he was like, yeah, all right, cool. So from there, I always humble myself when it came to the music. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a thing to where I'm like, you know what? He was like, yo, bro, I want you on this track now. I want you on this track. And I'm like, man, I'm sitting here looking at my big brother. I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm very honored, you know what I'm saying, to be on a track with him because when he was 12 years old, yeah, probably younger than that, I used to watch him hit them, the old school little cassette tape, little small little joint. He used to
Yeah.
put record and play at the same time. That's what I was rapping on. And I'm like, yo, I was always inspired by his music. And then one day he told me, he's like, yo, man, you motivate me. You know what I'm saying? You inspire me. Blah, blah,
Mm.
blah. I was like, man, that made me more hungry. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? It's time to operate with this music, man. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And then one day I came up on my thoughts. I was like, you know what? This ain't about me. This ain't about, you know, the individual lion and king. It's about representatives. Whatever we put in our music, we representing Christ, no matter what. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
So, like, you know what? When we put this music out, we want everybody to feel it. We
Mhm.
want everybody to relate to it. We want everybody to be inspired by it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about us. We don't want no money from it. We don't care about none of that. You know what I'm talking about? Our investments is in the kingdom of heaven.
Amen.
People talk about Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? My Bitcoin is this music into the kingdom of heaven. That's my works. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about no position. I don't care about none of that stuff. All I care about is putting this music out, getting these works in, helping the people through the music. When you're feeling low and down, or when you're feeling high, shoot, bump that Lion the King. We all Lion the Kings. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So that's just, how we came with that name Lion the King, and that's how that music came from, from my end. You know what I'm talking about?
We take a lesson from pretty much everything, and we know we got a lot of brothers and sisters watching, is to remember your works aren't always going to bring you riches here.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember the scriptures say that it's the Most High who gives us the power to obtain wealth, right?
Yeah.
And that it's nothing for the Most High to make a rich man poor or a poor man rich. But understand, it's about what your works are. Sometimes putting those bricks and building that house ain't gonna make you no money. But guess what? When it rains, you're gonna have shelter.
Another thing with that's another thing that people have to understand and realize is that doing this music, it ain't gonna bring you no bread like that. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta grind and make your own things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, myself, as I told myself when I left the States, I said, listen, you know what? I'm not working for nobody. I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm gonna start from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Like, wings. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say wings.
Two times. One more time for a 3 time. One more time for a 3 time.
Wings. Look, one thing about being an Israelite, man, it's not trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm an Israelite. That's it, or oh yeah, I'm an Israelite. Wake up like serious man. Enjoy relax. You know what I'm saying? Like I be chilling, man. Like, stop being over righteous. Stop being so stern and the Most High is not like this on his throne the whole time. Sometimes he's sitting there looking on the throne like, yeah, that's my boy, that's my daughter. You know what I'm saying? They representing. They putting that flavor on everything, not just from the wings, but from the spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So check this out. The wings, right? I started. Let me see. All right. I always wanted to have a little situation with wings, but it was always the fear of the unknown or what the business side of things. You know what I'm saying? So, my brother, he was out there, in Europe with me. He was like, you know what? Do it. Just do it. Matter of fact, do it now. I was like, but bro, we need a menu. He's like, bro, let's do it now. Ahraya, he's the dude that to where you want to set a business up, you go holler at him real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's just what it is. He was always a go-getter, and I learned a lot from him. Even though we 2 years apart, he was like, man, like a father to me. You know what I'm saying? So like, lo and behold, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get these wings. Open up me a shop in this place in Europe where I was at. Praise the Most High. All praise be to the Most High. I was the first black man to open up a place like that. Period. In this country where I was at.
Right.
All praise be to the Most High. I say that with all humility.
All praise to the
The
Most
whole
High.
thing is, I'm not again, I wasn't trying to work for nobody. You know what I'm saying? No pride with that. Other people doing they jobs and they business with all that, what they doing and whatnot. Me, that just was my mindset when I left the country. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm not working for nobody no more because I was working since I was 14 years old. I'm 35 now. And when I started my wings, I started making my own hot sauce. Started making my own garlic Parmesan sauce. You know what I'm saying? And it flopped. Why? Because Novit came. You know what I'm saying? And when that came, it threw my business out of whack. And I was sitting in the house for almost 6 to 8 months. You understand what I'm saying? Thinking of the next move to make. And I was like, nah, I'm not going back to no States to, Big brother was like, nah, you got to come back because the wings going to do better over here, brother. You got to come back. And plus there's more work to do out here. So I was like, man, I'm going to come. Every time I tried to come, it was another big lockdown that happened. And I was like, dang, it's like, okay. some trying to keep me over here. So I'm debating with myself. I'm like, do I stay here or do I go back to the States? So now I'm, just debating with myself. So I was like, you know what? As Elder Ricard always taught me, he was like, listen, if you don't know, don't do nothing at all. Just sit there and wait. Cross your legs like Bruce Lee when they close that room on them. And when that door open up, you kick butt. Period. So I waited. The opportunity came, the lockdown opened up a little bit. Now it's like, you know what? I'm out of there. So came back to the States. My mama, she already had a food truck established. Praise the Most High, selling her oxtails and that good stuff. And I brought my wings to the situation. You know what I'm saying? With my garlic parmesan fries and all that. And she was like, yeah, let's merge this thing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna call it. She had a Creole flavor. I had my situation out there, King's Chicken, or Southern. Before it was called King's Chicken, I called it Southern Kingdom Takeaway.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I was like, you know what? Let's merge it. Let's call it King's Creole flavor. You know what I'm saying? So we got everything mingled in together with all the soul food, all that down south cooking and all this type stuff. And, lo and behold, man, listen, it's been a blessing ever since I got out here, man. You know what I'm saying? All praise be to the Most High with my situation with the wings and, me trying to establish my own business type vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. That name Southern Kingdom, that y'all gonna have to use that thing again. That's a good name right there. I mean, open a lounge, a tea or coffee lounge or something, and call it the Southern Kingdom. That's too good a name just to leave on the table now.
Most High willing, we're gonna do it again. Like I say, when it came to this, man, when it came to business, right? Not saying that I'm fully established because I'm still trying to get on my feet. You know what I'm saying? But I praise the Most High for the little that I get. Not saying that I'm killing it because I'm not. I will say this: when it comes to opening up a business, you know what I'm saying, and just because it flops just for that moment doesn't mean it is over. Because guess what? After a year later, I came back up and I'm making more money than I was in the other country. In the other country, it was like these cats was thinking that I was, no disrespect to them brethren out there, Nigerian or African. You know what I'm saying? They thought I was African. That's why they weren't coming to my shop like that. You'll have more Europeans, Esau, come to my shop. As Elder Ahraya, I know he was there with me, when I was, we both selling them wings out there. Oh man, the best wings in the world. Oh my goodness. So it was a shame to where like you didn't have your own, or your people support you out there because they was hating on you because they couldn't do what you was doing or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So like when it comes to a business, just because you flop for a time doesn't mean it is over. Because I ain't ever have in my mind that like, yo, it's finished. I was like, no, I'm gonna shut it down for a time because that's the reality. Because reality is reality. You know what I'm saying? If the Most High, want me to have this thing open again, that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. So it's happening. Not saying this is my way into the kingdom. Nah, this is a small little element of something that I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, to get me by of making my little finances or whatnot. The music, it's not gonna make me finances like that right now. I don't even care about that. My thing is, like I say, it's my Bitcoin into the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Helping the people, inspiring the people. That, I don't want to say too much. That's all from me though.
And one thing that I want to point out is that's huge is what you sort of outlined there is a huge thing. Your ministry and your work. Your ministry is your works, right?
Right.
But your business is your profession. These are two very different things, right? There's a talent or a gift that the Most High that placed in you that may have nothing to do with your ministry, but there's another talent and gift that He wants you to use for your ministry. You understand what I'm saying? The two are very different things. You understand what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people who have these gifts in these businesses, when they come in, it's like, man, I don't know how to adjust. It's like, listen, the Most High already placed what you have in you. Make it serve the kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? Wings, they don't got a lot to do with the Most High. The Most High isn't there's no thou shalt sell these wings in the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't no thou shalt sell these wings. But keep in mind, He also gave you your voice. He gave you that voice box, right? That's your ministry.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Whereas Paul, tent maker, Thomas, taxes. I mean, Judas, tax collector. Everybody had Christ, Carpenter. Everybody had a
Right.
profession. Everybody
Right.
had, but the ministry, the works, that's something different. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And when it comes to business, a lot of people, they see the vision, and they see and what they don't realize is that you're seeing the vision complete. You're seeing it at the end.
Mm.
Everything that happens in between the beginning and the end looks completely different. It looks completely different. And there's lots of ups and downs. The Most High never said it was going to be easy. Everything comes with work. Everything comes with trial, tribulation, peril, simply because of who we are and the curses of our forefathers.
That's right.
Right? We can't just go in like was prophesied in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 through 15, where we can just get boom. We hot out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got some things we got to work through.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So understand, when you go to create your business, or when you go to create your vision, understand, number one, your vision and your profession is different from your ministry. And understand that you're going to have a rough path on the way to the end of the vision, what you're actually seeing in that vision.
That's right.
You might open up the nice, look just like it did in the vision that the Most High showed me. But you know what? Nobody's coming in. Give it time.
Right. Right.
The Most High is testing faith. That's where faith comes in.
Right.
Testing faith. Because on that time period, if you can be trusted with little, he can trust you with much. He placed the vision in you. He saw you capitalize on it, but you got to stick with it for a time.
Consistent is key.
Listen, don't think that Abraham walked a short distance.
Mm.
He walked a long way without seeing nothing until he finally got to that end goal where the Most High got him to where he was trying to show. You know, what he was trying to show him. It was probably a long time. We were like, shoot, he got me walking to nowhere.
That boy had that
walking to nowhere.
He had that faith.
He had the faith.
It was.
Right? That's why he was called a friend of the Most High. So people understand, this is a testimony to with all the trials and tribulations and all the things that came against what this brother was trying to do. The Most High is going to reward him for the work that he's doing now, and the fact that he's continued not only with the ministry, but continuing the vision that the Most High gave him, and his older brother enforcing that and keeping him on, hey, do this, do that. Hey, everybody needs that. The scriptures say you have one counselor of 1,000. Everybody needs that person to hold you accountable, that you can talk to, that you can go to. And that I can scratch that question, who's the Bobby Brown of Lion and King off, because he handled that. But but that's huge. I wanted to make sure that I pointed that out. But Josh Yates, my producer, put that comment up there. Southern Kingdom T slot sound like the spot from Avatar: The Last Airbender, don't it? Don't it? I'm telling y'all, we gotta listen. We're gonna have to get together, have a meeting about this thing. We gotta make that happen. That's something we gotta do. I mean, listen, it sounds like a good idea out here, so we might have to look into that. Now, Ahraya,
yes, sir.
We heard the testimony from the side of King of Lion and King. All right, let's hear the testimony of the Lion.
Mm.
Well, my brother, he put a lot of stuff out there, and everything was facts. You know, my journey started when I was a kid, probably about 6, 7 years old. I watched the slave movie, and ever since my life took off, the Most High blessed me with self-discipline. I had good people in my life, but I never looked at their downfalls. But I just really took the wisdom that they gave me, and I knew I needed everything that I could use to be successful in this world, which is still going to always be a fight for our people, even when our success, we always have to work 7 times harder than our enemies, as you know. But like he said, I used to steal my cousin's rhymes when we go freestyle at the table. And in middle school, they was doing beats with the pencils, and I would use his rhymes because I wanted to learn how to rap when I was like in middle school. But eventually, I knew that I would have to come up with my own stuff. So I started a little group. He had like he said, the cassette little player. I forget what you call it, little recorder. So we was actually recording, making songs off of that back in the days. And I used to sit in my room writing music, balling up hundreds of papers, and because I really made sure I worked for it. I wanted to master Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tupac's, Biggie. I studied the breaths they took, so music always came very easy to me. a lot of the music you guys hear from Lion and King, I had to dumb down for a little bit because time started to change when we were overseas, and people didn't really want to hear lyrics anymore or fast rapping. I won a contest of battle rapping with Big Tigger, Rap City in the Basement. That's the old stuff. So I won first place in that. So I can do it all. But I kind of just really took a break and started to do the work of an elder and put that up front more so. But everything he said was on point. I mean, I had my own studio when I was probably about 17, 18. It was a mobile studio, so everywhere I went, I made sure I had it. Graduated, and me and my friends started a record label called I Am My Brother's Keeper. And we had a deal on the table with Beyonce's father, Music World Music. Right out of high school, I had that. They already said, yeah, we gonna sign y'all. Just come back with these 2 tracks, because they said this one sound like R. Kelly, so we just need you to change it up a little bit. But they like, it's hot though. But me and that group ended up breaking up. You understand. But I'm from Houston, Texas, to where people down here is not worried about being desperate to get a record deal like in New York and California. It's no offense to them because they got it at their doorstep, but here people was already making millions of dollars selling CDs out of their car. So it was already engraved in us we ain't begging nobody for no record deal because we from the home of a person called Jay Prince, Rap A Lot Records. So it just we knew that New York was always going to hate on the South and such, but that's why Pimp C, like, he didn't really was desperate to make a song with Jay-Z, but Bun B was trying to bridge the gap to bring the brotherhood together to a certain degree. Not that Pimp C didn't want it, but it's just, that was my mind frame. Like, I'm not never begging nobody for no deal. So I knew I would get out there and grind to make my own money to get my own distribution deal. So I had the education because of my Nigerian friend and the way his family brought him up to study, to understand business. I already knew coming in the game, I need to be like a Puffy or this, not to be an artist, because I knew that the artists that make money back in 2003, I already knew, don't ever go for an artist deal. Go for, be your own boss.
Artists don't make money now.
So it just, the producers really make more money because you renting the beat out and you can never own the beat. You pay for studio time. You're paying for the beat. Like I said, we paid $800 for Smooth Operation. We didn't get that back. We paid $4,000 for our video. We didn't get that back, but it's not about the money, as Malak said. So it's about, if we got it for the people and we can inspire and wake up people, we don't worry about that, because we have, like you just said, other trades on the side that we do to survive or whatever the case may be. But so I did that. I had a few more deals on the table because I started my own radio show with my roommate called Playboy. He was a DJ. We started something called the Hotspot Radio. It was an internet radio station, and we rented slots from a source called Scorpion Media Radio. So you could rent your spot to have your radio show. We brought down people from Making the Band that Puffy had, Gangsta Boo, China White, all these old artists back in the days. We brought them down, working at the car wash, living in an apartment. We grinded, we hustled. I wasn't selling drugs at that time, but we worked hard to bring these artists down. You understand, the clubs and different things. We had Big Tuck, the artist that from Dallas with Big Tuck. His name was something. I think Tom. We really did that, and we interviewed all these people. Dylan, the Dillinger. I mean, we did a lot, man, for our young age. So the music was always easy. My best friend ended up linking a distribution deal in Houston, Universal and Bungalow. He's like, man, you want to come sign with me? Because we had broke up, but we finally patched it back up. We was like, man, what we broke up, for back in the day, that was nothing. Yeah. It was egos involved when we was young in college and all of that. But so I said, now, man, he was making songs with Trey the Truth. So he was paying these big artists. Trey the Truth ended up signing with T.I. later on. He's paying them to do music with him. So we've been doing this like a long time ago. And I'm saying it in a humble way, because we had the faith to, like, we not begging nobody for no deal. We knew white people ran it. We knew about the Illuminati to a certain degree later on in the game. And I knew I was going to get a deal. But like my brother said, the thing is this, I start hustling, I start hustling some white, that stuff there. It's not something I ever thought I would be doing or wanted to do. But when you got certain influences, men look up to men. I'm not necessarily listen to it the same way we hear from a man. So this is what I saw from older men, and I was like, I ain't never finna have to do that. But guess what? When I'm making money, I don't know what to invest my money in. I don't know about Bitcoin. I only knew to invest my money in music or drugs. So I'm out there with the gorillas, and and you know, one thing about me, anybody who know me in this truth, my word is bond. Like it just, I can't. As a young man, I made sure I'm a man of my word. Like I got to be loyal. I beat myself up about being loyal, about keeping my word. So if I say I'm gonna do something, whether that be good or bad, it's just something I do. You know, people threaten my life, and I never thought I would be running, shooting people down, but it was all for protection for myself. I was always a good dude, even when I was in the streets. But you know, you got haters. But I just say this: I'm a problem solver. So the truth ended up coming along because I tried to say, man, let me change my life. I went to jail a few times or whatever the case may be. And I'm thinking my brother was gonna be the one in jail because he was a bad kid. But because I'm like a daredevil, and to a sense, I got faith. You know, I knew at one point I'm like, man, I need to deal with Universal. I don't want them giving me nothing. I want to be like Master P. I want to have my own stuff. I knew about Master P and Birdman them deal back in the days. They stopped giving those type of deals out though, where they get like 80% of the deal, and the record company keep 20. See, the record companies didn't have faith in them that they would sell those records, and they ended up selling them because they couldn't rap that good, but they were hustlers.
Yeah.
So you know, they end up making way more money, and the record label was like, we can't get those deals out no more. And I'm still getting ready to get in the game right on the tail end of that. But the truth came through because the Christian church, when I joined it, you know, it was too hypocritical. I see my people out there struggling, and the pastor trying to shake them down for money, and I know their life. This lady is my babysitter. She can't afford what you telling her to give. You got money. You can actually pay for this one lady's stuff. So it was just really hypocritical. And I hit the block again harder. I said, this time I hit the block most high. If you don't show me the truth, I'm finna like go like real hard, because I'm finna be Robin Hood out here, because I'm like, it feels like Esau can get away. It's like David when he writes about in the Psalms. It's like, how's the wicked getting all of this stuff? We sitting here trying to do it right, and we still struggling. So I just like, man, I'm gonna be the hood Robin Hood. I'm gonna be out here doing whatever. I mean, I don't know. I just, wherever it takes me, that's where I'm going in. But I knew one thing: when you go real deep in this game, whatever you do in life, it's gonna come with some sacrifice, and that's whether you're going good or bad. The good comes with sacrifice, because what is that? That's faith. That's faith that Abraham needed. That's a sacrifice. It's faith. When it comes to Isaac, when it comes to him listening to the Most High, going out here, the world come with the same thing. You can't be a fool to think you're gonna sell birds. Nobody ain't gonna try to rob you. People try to kick in my door. I didn't listen. The Most High stopped me from murking a lot of people out here, because people threaten my life. And in Texas, if somebody threaten your life, you got to be about that. So I'm afraid to lose my life, so I'm gonna hunt you down first. And I did that so many times. So when Elder called me the Lion, I was like, listen, they used to call me the Tiger. That was my rap name. You know what I mean? For real. So they call me Lancelot the Tiger. Lancelot, I knew that they was black in the Dark Ages already. So I call myself Lancelot. Lancelot just means you stay on point, like you stay sharp. Lot mean like always, and Lance means sharp, so it means you stay on point. So they call me Lancelot the Tiger. And the Tiger, because I felt like I was a one-man army, and I got my stripes in the street. Because you know, tigers, they roll solitude. They don't roll with the lions. The lions roll in a family. So when Elder Carr gave me that name, I said, man, my name was Tiger in the streets. He said, nah, you got to be a lion now. And so I was like, okay, I got to roll with the pride. I got to roll with people, because people was never trustworthy except for a few people. And my brother, to see him back, like, I mean, man, to finish his work with my brother, to find people you can trust in this world is real tough. That's why Azel clung to us and stuff like that. We was with him in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't take no credit, but I was a big part in Yahweh, Azel. We's a family. We work together to build each other up, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, the truth came along. I followed that. I was on the radio already. I had just shot my video. My testimony is this: there was a dude who threatened my life, and I didn't do nothing wrong to him, but he threatened to kill me. So I tried to always chase him down and kill him, at the club. And because I knew if he get me first, then I'm out of here. But at a point, I kept going to the club and I kept seeing him. I'm like, I had heard the truth when I didn't join it yet. So the Most High was kind of speaking to me like, man, how I keep seeing this dude? Every time I see him, me and the boys, let's get it. And then he'll run into a gas station where the cops be, so he can't get murked or whatever the case may be. And I probably would have did the same thing to preserve my life. So I'm not saying he was less than for doing that, for trying to preserve his life, because it's real out there. Like, you don't know what you're getting into. Like the movies and the rappers, that's all fake. Like the real stuff, I've really been like in some crazy situations, man. So the thing is this, I seen this dude when I shot my video. I shot my video on the boat in San Antonio. We was the first people to ever do something like that. We shot it on a boat. Yeah, I was 19 years old or whatever the case may be. And no, I think I was 23 at that time. 23, 24. I shot it on the boat. We shot 2 videos in once. And then we going to the after party. You remember that, Malak? You came down, you know, from Houston. You and my cousin put his big chain on me, like this big Houston Texans diamond chain, because he was selling dope. And he told me, he was like, Kinfolk, he said, man, you need to stop hustling, man. But he didn't tell me he was getting ready to go to prison for 15 years. So he was telling me, because he been doing this. I learned a lot of stuff from him, you know. So when he told me that, man, he went down and I found out he was in prison. And then, you know, man, it just, when I backed up in that after party in the parking lot, it was like 50 deep. We all had guns on us. And then I looked to the left. It was the same guy again. I had seen this dude over 5-6 times periodically. And we both looked at each other. He was scared because he seen how deep we was. In Houston, we call it mobbing or whatever. But it some pricked me in my spirit, though. I was like, man, I'm like, this ain't no coincidence. This is the Most High trying to show me something. Like, that's because I didn't join that truth. And because when I listened to the truth, I knew it was real. But I had to transition out of this life thinking I'm going to be able to rap for the truth, but trying to, you know, be lukewarm. Nah, it didn't roll like that. So I said, I know what I can do to this dude right now because he outnumbered, right? I said, but the thing is this, I'm going to be dead or in jail. It's going to be one of the two if I don't join this truth. So I didn't tell nobody that. You understand? But after that, I started following the truth, man. And I grew a beard and kind of went south, grew a beard. And, you know, we ended up moving to Egypt. And like my brother said, I'm going to try to sum it up a little bit. He ended up getting sick. You know, we went through our little whatever in Egypt, our struggle, our come up. It's like going through the 60s again because the Egyptians is more racist than the white people. You know, they calling you nigger every day. We didn't, you know, we've been through so much out there. I done choked over 30 Egyptians, man, because the Egyptians is racist. They put their hands on you. They just start trying to fight you for no reason. And you can turn the cheek out here, but out there you got to actually protect yourself. So it forced us to be strong as a community out there. Like, you know what I mean? And like I got my brother Ahraya Allah, who just came back to the church. Praise the Most High for that brother, you know, for real, because he was in that room with us, me, Malak, Yahawada, Azel, Mayaka Allah. Shout out to Mayaka Allah, one of the greatest producers in GOCC. And that's not no knock on nobody else, because he been doing it for a long time, and he started with us, you know. And shout out to my deacons, Carl and all these brothers. But anyway, we was in a room, man. We made a song that I'm gonna reply y'all, if you out there, we're gonna still put this song out. People started coming out with a song called Kwame Yasha Allah, but this is the first Kwame Yasha Allah song when the church first started. It's called Ready for War.
Ready for War. What, tell them what year that was, though.
That was like 2009. So before there was any GOCC or Hebrew music even out.
Y'all was rocking already.
Elder Ricard used to play the 12 Tribe song, and he played my song called Lucifer Be Gone. And that's the only 2 songs he just always played those. And the first, it wasn't Blog Talk. What was it before? It was something, I forget what it was. Elder Ramar knows, but and then we was in this room. Rapaya Allah, he's a beautiful singer. Now this brother is singing around the world. I remember telling him, excuse my language. I was like, nigga, get on your knees and sing this song. Excuse my language, but he was like extra shy. He was extra shy, and I'm like, no, I have faith in my brothers, man. I'm like, bro, you finna do this. And Malak used to ask me to write verses. I said, nah, bro, I'm tired of writing your verses. You're going to write your own verse. You know what I mean? Mayaka Allah was in the room to witness it. Azel was shy. He didn't want to get on the track. I still got his first song we ever did. He probably did.
He told me about that. He told me about that.
Listen.
He told me about that.
he told me, man, I you know, that I told him his song was whack because I try to keep it real with my brothers instead of being a man pleaser. And I'm like, nah, you got to come with it, man, because and the thing is, I'm not putting you down. I know what you got. It's like Most High knows what we are capable of. Sometimes we waiting for something to pop out the sky when we already got it in us. So we supposed to, as brothers, put that same energy into each other with love. I look at these brothers now. I said, man, look at Yahweh Dow rapping on the track. Hey, Zell. And I don't need to say I did this for them or care about that. I'm looking like, no, you already had it in you from the Most High. You just needed another brother to show you real love. And I know, hey, you feel me? So Malak start
And
getting crazy.
I would actually say, hey man, you got to claim that. That's your fruit.
Hey, listen.
You got to, hey, at the end of the day, you got fruit. That's fruit.
Praises.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's something that's to be seen before the world. So understand that humility, absolutely, that's there. But that's your fruit.
All praises to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High, man.
But look, you know, Malak got sick, went overseas or whatever the case, like he said. We ended up praying over him, and my brother, Rapayala's brother, I prayed over him, and his brother said he felt the demon come out because he ended up hitting the back of the wall. Like he like flew to the back of the wall like somebody slung him into the wall. It was like boom. And we was like, oh crap. You know what I mean? And he ended up getting himself healed, but then he still needed his body and his diet to get back on point. Went out there to Elder Car. They started doing music shows out there because that was the only way they can make money. And I said, bro, you motivated me to start rapping the way I used to rap, like hard, because I try to start dumbing down the music for the Israelites because they was used to the ABC type of music now. As you know, music starts to change, and there's no knock on our people. But I came up in an era where you had to have bars. Like I'm listening to Lloyd Banks back in the days. Fabulous. You have to have every bar is a punchline and a metaphor. And so he motivated me to actually get back into the game where I taught a few people to rap fast, but then so many people started to rap fast to where they just want to show off how fast they can rap instead of it being edified to people. So believe it or not, I just got all this music. I got music with me and Rapayala in the studio, like a lot of songs, man. We did a lot of work, and you know, but I wasn't motivated no more. So Malak motivated me, man, like to get back on it. I went to Europe. Me, him, and Rapayala, we used to just shut the shows down. We did a show on a freaking boat. We did it. We did shows in front of all these European. What? Listen, we are famous there. Before I got there, Elder Carr, Mayaka Allah, Azel, all of these people were famous there. Like they had painted them a picture or something on the wall of them and all of that. You know, so what we saying is when we made Wrap It Up, Stack It Up, and Smooth Operation, people didn't understand that we come back, the people making the Hebrew songs, we Hebrews, but I gotta get tired of that. You know, I need to hear universal things to bring other people into the truth. You see what I'm saying? Because when you're overseas, you got to be like Paul, all things to all men. And so I had to make Smooth Operation and Wrap It Up, Stack It Up, because that's the only, I can't just tell them we Hebrews right away and you scare everybody off and you ruin the spot you're in and you blow the spot up. So Smooth Operation, one person in that video, she was not even my girlfriend, she was my homegirl, who I was like, sister, you do music, whatever the case may be, let's do some music. And people probably can look at that video like, what is Elder Ahraya with a white girl? She ain't white, she from the tribe of Dan or whatever the case may be, but she ended up coming to the truth. That's why the song is called Smooth Operation.
Wow.
It's like not smooth operator, but it's an operation. Being smooth, being harmless as a dove.
Right.
So you got these Gentiles in there dancing and all of that, but these are people we gonna need when the scripture says, make ye friends of mammon to where you will be without everlasting habitations. So you can't go around cursing out everybody and just, it's about balance. That's all I'm gonna say, because we do need music for the Hebrews, and sometimes we got to blend in. Is all I'm saying.
And you can't forget the parable. There
you go. So when this sister hit me up and say, man, I'm in the Hebrew Academy, I've been following Elder Recall, I ain't taking the jab. I'm like, what?
All
like,
praises.
All of this stuff, that video that, you know, we was in Smooth Operation with Mark, brother Mark out there, shout out to him doing work in Africa. Listen, this what it was about. And so now we over here making our Hebrew music because we're among the Hebrews, but it's a time for everything. You see? So that's pretty much about Lion and King. We're working on, you know, an album. and it just is so much work to do with our people. So sometimes it takes the time. But guess what? We come out with these songs as we can. As you know, my brother, I got this new channel called Bodybuilding, and
Yes.
I got key supplements that we could talk about later. But I'll say that that's the thing about how Lion and King was formed. We trademarked that name because we didn't know if Disney was going to let us do it because it was too close. So we ended up trademarking that in Europe. You understand, or whatever the case may be, because that's where they actually made it at, is in Europe.
Yeah.
And we own that name. You understand? So we always make sure we do our paperwork before we just start putting music out. So praise the Most High, for that. And that's how Lion and King was formed in so many words. And it's just, we're not saying we the best artists, and we just playing our little part, and that's all we're doing.
And that's one thing I wanted to point out is the parable. Christ spoke in parables for a reason. The parables was for everybody. The understanding of the parables was for the chosen. You understand what I'm saying? And it's the same thing as when I believe it was Habakkuk was told to write the message on the wall. They didn't understand it at that moment, but when it was time, the light will come on and they will understand. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people neglect the parable because they don't realize the enemy speaks in parables. When you look at these Disney movies and these Paramount Pictures movies, and you look at the message behind the message, they're speaking in parables. So and our people have to learn to do that.
Transition, and it's slowly brainwashing us, and we have to think the same way of the enemy. Don't think a person just gonna change overnight. Yeah, you might see them with the type of clothes they had on that video, but guess what they're doing now? Slowly, a total different person. I'm looking for the end game. I'm not worried about a person changing overnight. Because we didn't change overnight. Y'all just heard my story. I didn't change overnight.
And mind you, when it comes to our music, like what Elder Ahraya was saying, is that, it's not about saying, yo, no disrespect, because the music is great. You know what I'm saying? When people saying, Ahraya, I'm a Hebrew, I'm an Israelite, and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But we have to be very, very, being in Europe, we had to be very strategic on how we put out our music. Now, let me tell you something. Jungle, for example. Before I even put out Jungle, you know what I'm saying? Me and my son, we was at the house one summer day, in Europe. And I had the instrumental playing, but with just the hook. I didn't even lay a verse down on it yet. You understand what I'm saying? I told my brother about it, and he was like, all right, yeah, we're going to do something to it. And lo and behold, I took my little son to the pool, and I didn't know the guy. It was this young guy, there with his girlfriend, a tourist. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, is that your, what music is that? He said, the jungle. That's how he was saying it. And I said, yes, sir, that's my track right there. It's not finished yet. I'm going to be putting it out real soon. He said, when you put it out, can you send it to me? We exchanged Instagrams. Now, mind you, where's he from? He's from Ireland. So in that song, if you really pay attention to the lyrics, we dropping raw stuff up in that joint. Like now, this jungle, we weren't being, no, we wasn't behind the bush with it, and we was letting it be known what it is. What I'm saying? And mind you, that verse that I written that very first verse, I written that back in 2009. You understand what I'm saying? So like, the whole deal is the church in the world haven't heard the verses that was put on these tracks or whatnot that we putting out. You understand what I'm saying? So this brother, this Edomite guy, praise the Most High for him. He listened to the track, the whole full song, because I personally sent it to him through Instagram. He said, "Oh my goodness, the song sounds so hot, man." Now, mind you, it was some powerful stuff in them lyrics. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I read it to my friends that's out here in Ireland. So mind you, spiritually, the works is being done. You understand what I'm saying? Regardless if it's, listen, like our Elder Ahraya mentioned in one of his verses, he said, this for the 10%, the rest I ain't concerned with y'all. 90% of this world is operating in this world. 10% of this world is tired of this world. You ready for the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So like, this for the 10%. I don't care if I don't have millions of views, all these likes, messages, and comments. Give me one of them. Give me 5, 10. You know what I'm talking about?
And that's what Ezekiel said. I mean, that's the thing, is that he was told to go and speak to the wind. Right? The word is out there. The word falls on everybody, but it's gonna be those who hear.
Right.
I was saying I was talking to a brother a couple of days ago, and I was like, chances are the Valley of the Dry Bones, there was more bones than the ones that rose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said there was more bones than the ones that rose. He said to speak unto the wind, and those that had an ear to hear, those bones rose. And I
Right.
said,
Yeah.
but don't forget, there's a process to this, because there were some of those who were risen. Their flesh was put upon them, skin was covering them. They were clothed in garments, but they never got the spirit. They never
Right.
got the breath.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
some of those who,
Yeah.
there's some who stopped along the way. There's different processes to this thing. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? And it's all about the few. It's all
Right.
about, because the Most High has you where you are, and this is for, and like I said, there's a message for everybody that's watching that's watching here. The thing is that the Most High gave you a voice, and He gave you a truth to spread it. If you have the knowledge of the truth, but have no works, no fruit, Ahraya, he has fruit. Malak, he has fruit. I have fruit. If
Amen.
you have this knowledge of this truth, and you've been doing it, yeah, I've been in the truth for 6 years. Show me your fruit.
Yeah.
He gave you a voice. He gave you a ministry. He gave you a talent. And he's given the children of Israel the power to obtain wealth. Where is your fruit? You understand what I'm saying? So when we're doing this work, we have to understand sometimes your situation isn't for the masses. He wants you to reach one person. And in order to reach
Right.
that one person, you got to just speak. You
Right.
got to speak.
You know, praise the Most High for my Elder Iraq.
Oh man. What?
Praise the Most High for this brother. I'm gonna tell you
Ah,
why.
Woo.
One day, because of what you were saying, brother, about these works and these talents, Elder Iraq, he said, one day I walked up, I went to him, and mind you, in Egypt, this brother was so stern. You couldn't play with him. He seen every BS that you tried to come with. And he'll give you that little lip. You're like, huh? You know, Eddie Rock. One day I walked up to him and we had a little conversation. Don't remember how it was verbatim like that, but I remember this. I was asking him, I was like, man, I don't know what my gift is. I was like, what you know? He was like, listen, Doc, keep the commandments. Keep the commandments. That's it. You know, you keep the commandments, the Most High is going to show you what you need to show. Going to show you what He needs to show you. Period. And if you're not shown, keep the commandments. That's it. Transitioning from, now mind you, he told me this in Egypt. When I went to Europe, it was me, Ed Ricard, Maya Kaala. We was all sitting in this room. And Ed Ricard was talking to Maya Kaala about his gift. You know, I was like, man, but I still don't know what my gift is yet, though. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but I was like, you know what? I'm doing my best to keep these commandments. You know what I'm saying? I can't just say, yo, I'm keeping them commandments like that. You know, doing my best to keep them. And I was like, man, Ed Ricard, I don't know what my gift is. He's like, man, you got the gift of counsel. Because he's like, listen, when you talking to my son, Azel, he said, you know how to speak to him. And he be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
Azel is hard to get to. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yep.
but, you know, before the truth, I remember myself, like every time something happened, you know, from grown folks to young folks, mid-age folks, whatever, or elderly, they always asking me like, and I'm like, yo, you supposed to be teaching me though. Like at the end of the day, praise the Most High, because you know they came for the question, I gave them the answers, you know, to make them feel better, whatever. But when I got this truth, now mind you, when I got into the truth, didn't know anything, fresh in it, seen a whole lot within the space of 2 years being in Egypt. It's like the Most High rushed everything fast for me to pick up everything and learn fast as heck, you know. But when it came to them talents though, man, like it's all about, you know, whenever the Most High show you your gift, don't let that flower wither away. You know what I'm saying? Take that gift and hone that joint, perfect it. I'm a perfectionist. I perfect everything I do, even to the videos. Being around positive people, like Elder Ahraya, Elder Iraq, Elder Lawyer, positive brothers, showing the game and watching them how they move, gave me perfection in my works, which is what? Man, few videos we shot, most of our videos with cell phones. People don't even know it. We shot most of our videos with cell phones. You know what I'm saying? So I praise the Most High for that, man, because the videos is looking, all right, we're not, shooting with cell phones, but perfecting your gift and knowing what your gift is. And if you don't know what your gift is, like Eddie Wright taught me, man, just do your best, stay in them scriptures, keep the commandments, you know what I'm saying? And do your best to stay on point within this walk. You swerve off, get back on the track, because guess what? We all go through it. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I go through the worst. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I wake up on the wrong side of the bed. But guess what? One thing I don't do, I don't put my spirit or my negativity on nobody else. With something, I go in the corner and I pray it off, and I'm handling my business from there. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we get the works done. You know what I'm talking about?
And I'm glad we hit on that point, because that was something that Azel and I talked about in our interview. Was, sometimes you don't know, the Most High doesn't reveal your gift until doesn't reveal your gift to you till he knows he can trust you with it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I went through something similar where, the Most High, especially when you have a huge sort of calling on your life, the Most High sort of you know that the Most High wants you to do something. You have this pull to do it, but the Most High is like, listen, no, you got to do something for me first.
Yeah.
Right. And it wasn't until I committed to the truth, and I committed not only to the truth, gaining knowledge of the truth, but the spirit of the truth as well. Right. Where the Most High started to reveal to me those things, where it was like, hey man, all right, so this is what you got. This, you just, one day in a room, when you're just sitting there, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shoot, this is what it is. Right. And now you can begin. Now the Most High begins to take you through that process. And it's sort of like what Elder Rakal was talking about before, where he said, I put the music down for a while to focus on the ministry and the work. And the Most High brought that back to me later. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? It's sometimes the Most High is like, hey, listen, I got if I trust you with little, I can trust you with much.
Right.
But I need you to show me what you can do with this little first.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Right.
So
before we get into the second half of this interview, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk about key supplements and bodybuilding. Right. So Elder Ahraya's bodybuilding YouTube channel. We'll be right back in just a moment. Stick with us.
Welcome to BEMP, Black Heritage Enterprise Marketplace Corporation, an e-commerce enterprise platform created for Black business owners and empowered buyers across the globe. We are the platform that empowered buyers frequent most, the enterprise that our employees love working for, the parent company of BEMCO, Black Entrepreneurs Marketplace, a Black-owned e-commerce Black business membership marketplace, and a marketing and advertising platform for Black business owners. We provide a variety of features such as a Black business directory for both state and national searches and targeted product and service searches. Black business owners, advertise and market your brand to the most important consumers on earth with BEMP. Black business owners, join BEMP today. BEMP Corporation.
All praises, all praises, all praises. We are back, everyone. Once again, this is the interview with Elder Ahraya Gabar and Rakal Malak, Lion and King. We've talked about their testimonies. We talked about the food truck. We talked about their journeys in this truth. We just dropped some knowledge, but let's get to what we're here for. Right, we talked about the business aspect. We talked about the food, his food truck, and dropped the name on us, Malak, so that we can put that in the chat for everybody who comes for now and in the future. We're gonna put that in the description to make sure that when people go to Houston, they drop by there, because I know I'm gonna be by there. I told you what it is. Listen. Me and you gonna have to work on some things, and that Southern Kingdom tea spot. Me and you, we got to get talking on that as well.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to get that thing popping. I mean, I already got some business ideas running through my mind now. I'm a businessman myself, so we're gonna have to get together and talk about this thing.
Yes, sir.
But,
okay,
absolutely. So Aria, how did Key Supplements get started, and when did you decide, hey, this is something that I want to do? That's not usually something that registers in people's mind. I want to sell natural, holistic and natural supplements. Where did that come from?
Yes, sir. Basically, I used to play basketball, and I don't like to toot my own horn, but I play on a professional level. They know that already. So I just ended up actually messing my Achilles up when we had a church event, but it was a beautiful event between us and Dallas. I wish Elder Amar was out there because he played basketball on a professional level too. We used to always play in Egypt, but the whole deal is this: I messed my not my Achilles. I tore my ACL partially on one of my legs or whatever, one of my knees. So when I went to Egypt, it started giving out on me because I didn't get surgery, because you don't have to get surgery on a partial ACL. No. ACL. We were doing the first Hebrew Academy that Elder Ricard had ever did. We was in the physical one where you actually had to train and do push-ups, and we had to run around like a military. So I'm in there doing my thing. I was bony in that time, man. I was 165.
I seen it.
I'm like 5'11" and a half. I'm basically 6 feet with my shoes on. I'm just a quarter away with them off. But I was like 165, man. And me and Malak was skinny. And we was always hard workers. We had heart. And basically, if you even got a question wrong in Hebrew Academy, you had to get on the ground and do push-ups. So I couldn't make it through at one point when we was running because my knee started giving. I'm like, man, my mindset is like, I'm not giving up, because it was so painful. And we're in a new country. We don't know what to do, where to go. I took the water jug, the 5-gallon water jug on the back of my shoulder, and I would just run it up 5 flights thinking I'm trying to rehab it, but I was going too hard. I had always been doing fitness all of my life because I was playing basketball, but I didn't really understand everything about it. Watched the guy on YouTube named Hannibal, start watching Cali Muscle, start doing calisthenics for like 2 years. My knee was still hurting off and on, though, to be honest. But I started my journey in 2009 to get to this size or whatever. And after that, I moved to another side of Egypt, became a power lifter / bodybuilder. Powerlifting, for those who don't know, is for strength. Bodybuilding is to form your body. And, knee start giving out again. And I said, man, this got to give. I heard Dr. Truman Burst come on the Elder Radio Show years ago. And then I heard Lindsey Williams. They both talked about one key thing. It was MSM, sulfur. I'm not selling sulfur yet, but soon I will be. I said, man, he said, I'm 80-something years old running up and down the stairs. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I don't know about any supplements in those days. I had no clue what a supplement was. And I said, well, I need to find this MSM. I found it. Me and Brother Rapayala had knee problems. We both used to, bro, you know how we used to ball in Egypt, Malak? We used to ball.
Yep.
Listen, we used to ball. Yeah, how old are all of us? But anyway, I at one point I had to start wearing a knee brace to play because my knee was just out of there. And start taking that MSM. I said, man, just like black people, you go to the doctor tell you to take something 2-3 times a day. But when you get supplements for whatever reason, oh, that didn't work. And you're like, well, how many times did you take it? Well, I took it once. That ain't gonna do it. So, that's just the curses that a lot of us come with.
Yeah.
And I said, man, it's been 6 months. I don't feel anything. Am I supposed to feel something? And I said, you know what? I'm a consistent person at whatever I do. Let me just stay that way with this. Let me not give up on it, because Dr. Truman said it worked, whatever the case may be. Lindsey Williams actually wrote a whole book about it. Took it. After the 6 months, my knee, because it rebuilds cartilage, tendons, ligaments, all that. And before you know it, brother, after about eating that watermelon, after about 8 months, man, my knee started to heal up, brother. And I was like, man, I can squat again. Believe it or not, it worked so well. I was able to start squatting 500 pounds again. So I'm going every day now squatting. I'm squatting. I moved back up from 1 plate all the way to 5 plates. I used to take the 5 plate off, go in front of the mirror and squat 500. A guy who came through on steroids, and mind you, I only weighed like 175. I was squatting 500. So he came through the gym, and the owner told me, he said, man, you scared the guy out of here. And I said, what'd I do? He said, he seen you squatting that weight. He was like, he didn't even want to come back. Because, the Egyptians is different type of people. They just like extra. Listen, let me tell you how extra they are.
Embarrassed me.
Before I finish. they listen. They heard of somebody fighting. This dude grabbed a 2x4. It had to be like 20 feet long. He picked it up, running to the fight. I'm like, what is this guy gonna do with that? You can't even swing that thing. A 20-foot long 2x4. They extra. They just so extra. Listen, these guys. But anyway, so I'm like, this dude ran out of the gym because of that. But anyway, you know how the power of Judah go.
Yeah.
But no, all jokes aside, though, honestly, my knee got healed and I was inspired to help other people the same way, whatever way. So I started to study supplements. And the thing about it was this: I did not, in the Hebrew community, what I don't want to do is step on other people's toes. And I'm not saying that's what other people's doing, but this is from my own mind. I said there's a lot of people doing the herbs, but I want to sell commercial supplements, like proper supplements that's packaged up, that I can be universal with. I can sell it to Esau. I can sell it just how the nations sell their products to us. We go to the nail shop, we do this. No, I'm not going to just sell it in the Hebrew community, because one thing I do understand by our people, they want to buy what Esau got. They want to buy the Louis Vuitton. They want to buy. So I know that's our mindset right now. It's not going to always be, but I said, let me always be. I used to tell my brother, we always got to be universal, even before the truth. So I said, it's going to be a corporate company. I'm going to make the logo look like it's Jewish, even though it say Ahraya at the top of the logo. People don't know that. It got the Ark of the Covenant on there. It got, matter of fact, it got the Ark of the Covenant. It got the Hebrew and keys. I used to sell keys, so I said, "Kingdom is in you." I'm moving them keys still in the righteous way. So
that's a bar. That's a bar.
You know, but the word key is the kingdom is in you. So I also wanted that message to go out. Since Elder Recall was always saying that the kingdom is in us, as the scripture says, I want that message every time they pick up that supplement also to know this ain't just about me. This is about us and our business and that's building the kingdom like Christ said. So it has all of that encompassed in it in one. And the supplements are proper supplements that's competing on a high level with the rest of the supplements and the ingredients. You ain't gonna find no pork, shrimp, crab, lobster up in there and all these things. As you see, I take them, they all up here. I take them all. I'm on the everything that I need, ultra test, whatever the case may be. So that's how I started, my brother. I mastered it first. I didn't just come. I said, no, let me know what I'm talking about first. Let me understand it. Let me, start taking some of these things and try them out before I even come out with it. And I said, when I go back to America, when I get my finances right, I said, in Egypt, I'm making Egyptian dollars. I don't have the finances. I said, but that's not going to stop me. It's the time for everything. I went through a Job, Jonas, and Joseph at the same time. And I feel like that because I lost my, ex-wife or whatever the case may be. And then I got me a new wife. My kids was taken from me, from her, whatever the case may be. I ain't gonna go into all that, but I had to say it to a certain degree because it was a testimony. I got them. I won them back in court. I represented myself. I didn't have no money when I came back. I represented myself as a lawyer with the Most High right there with me. Won my kids back because she wanted to live a different lifestyle. May the Lord bless her. Got my kids back, reunited like Joseph. Did not want to come back to America. I was trying to get them back to be in Europe, but I felt when I look back, the Most High took my kids from me for me to come back and finish his work. So that was Jonas. That's Jonas. He didn't want to come back to Nineveh. I didn't want to come back to America. So I came back. Most High giving me what? Land, houses, cars. I didn't have none of this. Ask them, when I came back, I was broke. But no matter where I go, this is what I want people to know. Went to Europe with my brother. We sold lands. We bought. We started a business. I come back here. We start a bit. Anywhere I go, everything I touch gonna be gold. That's period. And anybody who know me, they're gonna vouch for that. My gift is this: touching people to believe in themselves. And ask anybody who you know if that's not true. And I'm not bragging on that, but anybody tell me that I've changed their life. That's my gift. My gift is the gift of exhortation. I'm gonna make you believe in yourself. And because I don't got no hate in me, I don't know how to hate. I'm showing straight love. So this is the same thing I wanted to bring with key supplements. So if you want to notice how I started, I injured myself. I studied, I mastered it. I started to learn how to work in the garden and planting. And I just really wanted to do it on a professional level. And I love the fact that we have people also doing it outside of being commercial, because you're still going to need that when everything goes down. You still need the herbs outside of, because you see, no one necessarily from a sports aspect may go to you if they don't trust you with your hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to make sure, hold up, this is tested. You know, all of this stuff that I sell have been tested, lab tested, everything. So if I got a sports person in the Hebrew community who in the NBA, this and that, they can send that to
take
their
it
people,
confidently. Yeah.
right? And if they need something more powerful, I still got somebody in the community say, well, listen, you need something a little deeper. I got this sister over here. She do it like that. She knows what she's talking about. So it ain't no hating. It's everybody working on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to give a shout out to the homestead. What's the man, listen, my mind is going crazy, but it's a homestead sister and a brother out there in Atlanta. They sent me some because we're gonna get to the bodybuilding. They sent us it's humble servant homestead. They sent me some plants from Atlanta, some mullein, some elderberry trees, some of their eggs, turkey eggs and chicken eggs, and that's the reason why I started bodybuilding, to kind of form a pipeline so we can share things with one another. And it's already starting there. So we're gonna get into that, but I just want to give them a shout out and show them love because they're beautiful people. But that's why I started Key Supplements. My mind is going to never not think I can't do something. That's just my mind. My brother can vouch for that since I was a kid. I was the first person dunking in my neighborhood. When people was going to the clubs and I wanted to make it to the NBA, asking what I was doing. At night, running drills by myself. And so, I remember I slipped one day. I'm going to give y'all this story. I slipped when I was playing for the Sprite League in Houston. And everybody laughed me out, man. And the next week I said, nah, it ain't happening. I went and they put me in the game. My boy shot it from the 3-point line. And I said, this is my time right here. They laughed at me last week. I went up there and grabbed that ball after he missed it. I cocked it all the way back and dunked it. And I was sitting on these two guys who used to always make fun of me shoulders after that. Everybody around on the floor. And I'll tell you why I did that. I had no fear. No fear. And I need to tell y'all that what you had in the world is also, you can still use it in the truth. The Most High gave you that. So some of the things was not bad in the world that you had, because we come into this walk and we lose faith like something supposed to drop out the sky. No. You work to build Satan's kingdom. You got to have that same drive to come and build it for the Most High. That's all I want to say.
Right.
Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy on both sides.
Keep that same energy.
Keep that same energy. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people think it's like, listen, that fervor, that spirit of Judah that he placed in you, that you use for the world, that spirit of Judah is still the same one when you come into the truth. That spirit was always in you. That spirit, whatever tribe you may be from, that spirit was always there. That spirit is to be utilized, not suppressed. You understand what I'm saying?
And we are army, and that's why I tell the people in my congregation in Houston, don't talk about nothing. If you say you're a frontliner, because I know I'm a frontliner through my actions, not from my mouth, right? I always been like that. They know I put my life on. It's so much stories I can't even tell them on here, where tears and stuff is dropped. You know what I mean? Where we ain't had nothing to eat, and you know what I mean? We've been through all of that before the truth and in the truth. So when I look to the left and to the right, if you're a frontliner, you should be there. You shouldn't be hiding behind us when we go run up in this lifetime, in this fire that we're going through as gold being tried in that war. And I look back, you hiding to see who gonna make it or not, then you dipped off. No, I should look to the left and to the right, and that's where you should be. Period.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see those when we get to the wilderness.
Israel is called the army. That's sisters, that's babies, that's brothers. It starts with our faith and our spirit and our love and our works towards one another.
Right. True statement.
And that's huge, because those people gonna get exposed. Those people gonna get exposed, and the people that's talking all that big talk, and you get out there, you're gonna get exposed. Right?
Listen, this ain't about no acting hard, and I didn't put the street stuff out there to act hard. That's what rappers do. Listen, I make music, but I'm not a new age rapper. Like, listen, that's nothing to brag about. Who's sending you money when you go to jail? Who's putting money on your books when you? That's what they don't rap about. They rap about this glitz and the glamour and what the social media and all that stuff is about. But this stuff is about pain. You don't know what bullets is flying when you're out there. So we don't need to act hard. We as the Israelites, we came out from birth hard. We had to be hard to survive in this world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we just need to humble ourselves, like the scriptures say. Don't let any man who think that he is more than what he think he is. We can't be like that. That's all I'm saying. So I said it. I just wanted to put it out there to give a testimony. I can be touched just like anybody else can be. So don't think that's not what I'm saying. It's just to inspire you to do better. That's what I'm saying.
already.
Hey, and should I be prideful? Clothe me in humility. Right?
Amen.
Hey. That should be in everybody's prayer. Understand? The Most High says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow thee all of the days of thy life. Right? And it's
Already.
that spirit that follows you and that success that follows you that makes you forget. We as a people, we've done it before where we say, "Hey, man, I think I'm kind of doing this out here." And that's why I keep it in my prayers. It's like, listen, should I become prideful? Should my heart be filled with pride? Clothe me in humility, right?
Amen.
Remind me. I don't care
Yeah.
how you gotta remind me. Remind me that all things, that means that's
That's
praise,
David.
that's
That's
glory,
David
that's
all day
honor,
right
that's
there.
love. All of that belongs to you. I can't give you nothing because everything
Yeah.
belongs to you. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Remind me, right?
Con.
That's David. That's David all day, and that's even Christ. When Christ had to be put on that cross, he said, as hard as Christ was, he said, "Man, I mean, I know I got to do it, Father, but if I ain't got to do it, because you can talk about it all you want, but when you really got to go through the fire, it's tears. It's all of this stuff that comes through of the real feeling of what this really is about, and that's all the glitz and the glamour is cool, but let's just have that balance. You know what I mean? For real."
Con. Now we got to start. We got to start to get it wrapping it up. Let's talk about bodybuilding. How did you get the idea? What are you doing there? And what can we expect from the bodybuilding channel going forward?
Well, so bodybuilding, people, when people first come to it, it was a catch because they think it's all about bodybuilding. That's a part of it. It's a big part of my fitness journey. Because me, Elder Rock, Ramar, my brother, a lot of people used to always work out together, and brother Aquan over there in Egypt, and it's just something that we need to, as a people. I'm watching the Gentiles now in the gyms, and they are they always trying to keep up with us. Even the sisters.
Oh yeah.
The women. Listen, I never seen Edomites getting glutes. Let's just say that I'm trying to be, And I was like, hold up, our sisters get natural things, but then they let it go. So I'm like, you know what? I got to promote that. Stay good for your husband. Stay good for your wife. We are image of the Most High. Present yourself as the first fruits from the inside first, but also from the outside, because the spirit is manifested in the physical. So you need to balance everything. So that's what the bodybuilding part of it is about, as far as the physical. But I also wanted people's talents. I just wanted people from all walks of life in the Hebrew community to come on there and share that talent, whether it's music, whether it's gardening, whether it's homesteading, whether it's engineering, whether it's investing. And I see a lot of us is already doing it together with our different platforms. That's basically what it is. It's the bodybuilding means building the body of Christ.
Building
That's
the body of
ultimately
Christ.
Right.
And so far, it's new, it's still growing. I've been sharing a few videos from certain gardeners, like brother Andre Rashad is so very consistent. Shout out to Andre Rashad and the GOCC body. You need mixing and mastering. You need gardening tips. He's also a brain exercise help person. He's always coming on the show. Y'all hear him with Elder Carl on the blog talking to Patreon sometime. But I got him on there. I got Jerusalem Naturals, brother Stan in Houston. I got so many people now trying to come in and show their talent, and some people don't know. They like, Elder, what do I do? How do I get out there? I'm like, listen, I like this because I want to get y'all out there. It ain't about me. It ain't about him. It's about us. We sharing this knowledge together. We're building a pipeline. Brother Balas, we was on TBT radio. Shout out to
Deacon
Aksham
Balas.
and Aksham. Shout out to y'all brothers. All y'all young brothers doing a great job. And we was talking about this on his show, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, to build the kingdom together and just sharing. That's all it's about, brother. Basically, you got a company, you can come on there and I'll share your videos. Just send me an email to elder@gmail.com. I got it on the videos or whatever. And it's a good standing member, because the thing for this channel right now, I wanted it to be good standing members until it's solidified. It's a lot of stuff that sometimes goes on with, Hebrews believe in this and that, and sometimes it conflicts. So right now, I'm just keeping it right there. But
Hey, wise as
as you
serpent,
know,
harmless as dove.
yeah, as you know, it's other things where I branch out. with
Mm-hmm.
key supplements, I have to do universal business.
Mm-hmm.
So it's each platform is different. Like what you're doing, you invite sports players on this and that. We got to branch out sometime.
Mm-hmm.
So each platform just has its different functions and different
Yep.
time. And so that's really all bodybuilding is about. And I'm excited about it because check it out. The times that we're in is so important. We need to teach each other, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times.
Mm-hmm.
So learning how to do plumbing, if you don't know, we try to save people money. That's like get up on there. Well, we don't want to keep watching the other nations do it. We want to start seeing us do it so we can believe that we can also do it. You can get on YouTube and find other nations doing stuff, but Esau don't be afraid. They get out there.
Yep.
I watched them build a whole house with a man and his wife. I'm like, where's our people? I'm going out there to buy land, and it's only Issacharites and Esau buying. I said, no, we're going to do a seminar for our people to teach them how to buy land. Now, it's a lot of people like, hey, elder, how you buy this? How you do this? Now we started something. We're not just reading the Bible no more. We're getting up building a kingdom. We got to light that spark to the people, and that's what bodybuilding is about, my brother.
For sure. Hey man, this is definitely a blessing because all of the works that we're pulling together for our people is, as far as this channel goes, as far as what Malak got going with that food truck, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about but and the music, and as far as Lion and King goes and key supplements, all of this pertains to building the kingdom of heaven. This is the image of the children of Israel that I want people to see, that I want our brothers and sisters to see from all walks of life, from every religious standing, is to see this is what the true image, not what they putting on the front pages when you open up YouTube with the first video that you see there, or that first article that you see when you look up Hebrew Israelites. That's not what this is. This right here, this is what it is, right? Yeah. Righteous government. This is ministry. This is what the Church of Christ looks like. This is what the ministry of Christ looks like. Right.
Yes.
Building connections. One thing that Black Heritage Enterprise Marketplace came up with is building a community of Black business. Building a community of Black business, and a lot of people look at that. They see it face value. Oh yeah, connecting Black businesses to one another. No, you're subconsciously building kingdom.
Yeah.
Without realizing it.
Listen,
I don't have to believe the same thing as you. Right? You don't got to believe the same thing as me. But if our goal is to build our people according to Christ, I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Right.
Now I can't now depending on some things, I can't get down with you on everything.
Of course.
Depending on I don't know where you're at. But listen, nation building is nation building. That's the nation.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So this was listen, we're gonna have to we might have to bring y'all on at some point again. Was amazing. Just even the conversation, having conversations and talking is huge. Gotta get with both of y'all about the Southern Kingdom T-spot. We gotta figure that out. I feel like that right there might be a thing. We might be on to something here.
Hey, that's another reason why, this thing, I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna get it popping, man, because pretty soon, like I say, reality is reality.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon people are gonna be losing jobs, and we need something to where we can, make something happen within.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Building businesses within, you know what I'm saying? Like how the old Black Wall Street was, you know what I'm saying? That's how we gotta do it.
Yep.
So, we could open up something, do something to where people have jobs or whatnot, popping it off for these little few years to come, you know what I'm saying? And walking out with substance. Hey, praise the Most High willing, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest things that we've been talking about lately, that I've been harping on lately, is what you just brought up, reality. I posted something recently on my Instagram page that said, if your perception shapes reality, then is it reality? Or should should reality shape your perception? Right? Understand, people. Figure out what reality is. That requires. The scriptures say, "Sir, those who come to serve the Most High serve Him in spirit and in truth."
Right.
There has to be truth present. There can't just be spirit, and likewise, there can't just be truth without spirit.
Yeah.
Right. Perception is spirit. Reality is truth.
Right.
Bringing the two together, but in proper order.
Right.
According to the Most High. So everybody that's here, this right here is reality. Base your perception of the children of Israel on this right here.
Yeah.
Reality is
This
reality.
is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Closing remarks before we lock it up.
Well, I just want to say that if you are in the Houston body or in the Houston area, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking for some wings, oxtails, you know, southern smothered chicken, you know what I'm
Know
talking
what
about?
it is? Know what it is?
Cajun chicken pasta, Cajun sausage pasta.
Hey,
You
I'm
know,
coming up there to eat. You
look,
talking big game now?
look, this me and mama's cooking. And if you type in on Google Houston area, you know what I'm talking about, for my Houston people that's out here, you know, Louisiana food, Creole food, we got the highest rank out here. You know what I'm saying? Because our food is like that. Praise the Most High. You know what I'm saying? King's Creole flavor. That's what you type in. King's Creole flavor. Flavor, not flavor. You know, flavor. You know what I'm saying? Because we bring salt. We got that salt. You know, we put that. You know, yeah. That's how we do things. You know what I'm talking about?
Do you ship Humble Service Homestead ass?
Yeah, we ship. You know what I'm saying?
If you
Holla at mama real quick. You know what I'm talking about? But we definitely ship though. You know what I'm saying? But
them wings nationwide, huh?
Them wings, yeah, we can get it popping. I freeze them things and ship it out to you, man. You know what I'm saying? The hot sauce that I make from scratch with my hands, you know, I ship it out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I still got to ship it at require something too, you know. But
you don't want to keep him waiting too long. You're gonna have a problem with you now. Problem with
you. You know.
It says, are they going to be at Harlem Nights? They should feature their brand on mybimp.com. Absolutely. We do have mybimp.com. It's I guess you can call it Amazon for Black business, right? So once we get that set up, we're gonna have to put key supplements on there. Malak, we're gonna have to put your hot sauce on there. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're gonna have to do that. If you got some seeds, I know you got the homesteading. If you want to sell seeds, Ahraya, on our mybimp.com, definitely putting your products up on there would be amazing. And we have our Harlem Nights event once again coming up in October. Are you guys going to be at the Harlem Nights event? Is going to be hosted here in Florida. It's in October, hosted here in Florida in Clearwater, St. Pete, right? So if you perform. Would y'all be interested in performing at the event? We'll have to talk about that.
We'll see, because I got a crazy schedule. I'm in the process of
we'll have to
moving
talk about that
on this rent, so we'll visit it once we get there. I got a lot of things going. I'm sure you see in the background. I got my own comics thing. A lot of people don't know. Ancient Ones, Heavenly Heroes. That's what you see up there. You got Judah right here. You got Gad's Redemption. It's a lot of stuff coming into play. And you talking about proper characters. Like, I could take this thing off the wall. Like, it's coming, man. I'm trying to make a whole new thing.
You doing it.
Ancient Ones stand for A1. You know, anything that's A1 is A1. So we
it
call it Ancient Ones because we got a whole line of stuff that's coming in the future for that. Ancient Ones is kind of like, the Professor X for the X-Men.
Yeah.
But Ancient Ones is that's the most high in Christ together, and the Ancient Ones was all our forefathers: Abraham, Judah, Issachar. Those the real X-Men or whatever they call them. So that's what that is. That's coming. So I got a lot of work that I got to do, man. And but listen, don't put it past me just yet. We'll see in that time. So but my last words, I just really want to give all praises to the Most High, and I thank you and your whole team for allowing us to be present on this show. I really thank all the people who are present, those who will be watching it later. I'm thankful for my elders, Ricard, Ramar, you understand, Gabar, all Azel, Mayaka, Allah, Quadan, Ricard, all of my deacons, my officers. I'm just thankful for everybody. So and y'all keep up the good work. And just check out our new song on Lion and King page. It's called All About My Change, which means we about the reformation. We not about all the vanity out here. We all about our change. That's what we focus on. We're not talking about money change. We all about the brand new person. And we got a lot of new videos and stuff coming soon. And like my brother said, you don't have to use expensive stuff to shoot videos. I actually have a proper camera here, but we chose to shoot it on our new iPhones.
With cell phones.
It just was more convenient and comfortable. Now we have proper cameras that fit on drones and all of that. So it was convenient, and we just grateful, and we just try to keep everything simple, but we appreciate everybody's support. And I'm gonna just wish everybody peace and blessings to all their families. And I thank you once again, my brother, for allowing us on the show. And what you're doing is amazing, my brother. So keep it up.
All praise to the Most High.
And as I always tell y'all, no stress, stay blessed, and get your mind right.
All right. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. I'm glad y'all got to come on. Hey, Ahraya, when you finish up A1, coming back on. We're gonna get that out. We're gonna get that out there too.
If I got some people who was do the cartooning and stuff like that, y'all get with me, because I got some stuff in the works. So just
I'm gonna get with you.
This is for the whole nation. We competing with the rest of everything else.
Hey,
so y'all just let me know.
All about that work. And for those future reference, hey, we're gonna get at it. I'll have the producer make sure we put the link for your new song in the description. We're gonna put the name. Make sure you, Malak, what's the name of your food truck once again?
King's Creole Flavor.
King's Creole Flavor. That's with an A, by the way. We ain't doing no ERs out here. That's with an A.
No,
that's with an A. Right? We're gonna drop that too, so that we can make sure that people, when you drop by Houston, that you go and see Malak and them wings 3 times.
Get your mind right.
All praises.
Wings. All right, y'all. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We thank you for coming on. We will be back once again next week with another episode, another special guest. Once again, Malak, Ahraya, Lion and King, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you accepting our invitation to come on.
Yes, sir.
All praises.
Everybody, we took a little bit of your time, but stay blessed, everybody. Stay prayed up. Hey, be vigilant. We're living in some crazy times. I'll see you next week. Y'all be blessed, all right?
Already.
Wrap it up, stack it up, rack it up, hard. Wrap it up, stack it up, rack it up, hard. Wrap it up, stack it up, rack it up, hard. Wrap it up, stack it up, rack it up, hard. Time is short, and I ain't promised to more. Everything that I get, thanking the Lord.
Let the haters in, we don't even mind, cause they might loosen up and start to have a good time. Focus, walk in my shoes and put your toes in, but don't take a step if you don't know just where you're going. Pay respect unto the high and the low, man. Sometimes the sun up in the sky and rain and cold wind. Put your all in, don't fall in. Take a pause, drop a jaw. Everything is watching, so you gotta keep it right. Every step is like a lesson that you're teaching here tonight. I walk it high, talking, man, I'm different from the best. While everybody's losing, I'll be building architect. Stressed and royal blue gold. How can you make moves if your feet too cold? Flying all black like we 2 crows. Rhyme big body taking over 2 rows. We rolling in motion.